And welcome live to suburban Atlanta. This is Major League Volleyball coming your way on the CBS Sports Network. Some very interesting matches in the first week and weekend of the MLV season. And this evening should be no different as the Atlanta Vibe hosts the Rise of Grand Rapids. With Hall of Famer Holly McPeak, I'm Paul Sunderland. Thanks so much for joining us. Atlanta, Holly 19-9 last year for the second year in a row. They lost in the semifinals, trying to take that next step to get into that championship match.
Head coach Caleb Anworth said, look, we want to go faster this year to the pins. So they brought in young setters who run really quick offenses, and they want to use their physicality in the middle. That's what Caleb Anworth thinks will get them over the hump towards that championship.
Both teams played earlier in the week. It was Columbus coming into Atlanta on Thursday night and winning over the Vibe 3-1. A lot of people, that raised a lot of eyebrows around volleyball and around the league. And Grand Rapids was at Orlando on Friday night and took the defending champions all the way to 5 sets. There is a very interesting story. High-reaching, high-flying Ramat Al-Hassan has been out of the game for a couple of years because of injury. Her last pro season was in 2023, but teaming with her former teammate at the University of Florida, Carly Snyder, and we are underway. And there is Snyder right off the bat, number 4 in blue, registering the kill, an all-star last year.
In just the presence of Ramat Al-Hassan for the Grand Rapids Rise in the middle, holds the middle blocker on the other side of the net. So that gives Carly Snyder that one-on-one opportunity.
Al-Hassan in the 5-set loss at Orlando was 7 of 18, but did have 6 blocks in her opening match for Major League Volleyball. Last pro season, as mentioned a couple of years ago, had played very successfully in Italy and Japan, both top leagues, a 4-time All-American and 2017 SEC Player of the Year. Snyder looking for the jump serve, and that ball just out of bounds as Raven Colvin, who played sparingly last year at Grand Rapids, a 2-time All-American at Purdue, will go back to serve.
I'm looking forward to the battle in the middle. We've got 4 really physical middle blockers, 2 on each side of the net.
Tough serve, well handled by Briggs Romine. And Ine got a piece of the block, no question about that. Elizabeth Ine, 19 kills, 13 digs, 6'3", out of Romania. Played in 6 different countries, and most notably in Turkey, Poland, and South Korea. Another international powerhouse on the right side, coming in to Major League Volleyball. Short serve, well done by Al-Hassan. Snyder very good in first contact. Ine again, dug by Timmer. That is Pia Timmer out of the back row, and the first kill by Leah Edmond. 2 years ago in 2024, she was the outside hitter of the year last year, an all-star as well out of the University of Kentucky. A fantastic outside. What makes her so special in this league?
Leah Edmond does it all. Fantastic defender, shutdown blocker on the left, and a big arm.
And again, covered by Snyder. Sage Ina Torres steps in, and Ina again rejected by the big block in some beautiful uniforms, I might add, by the Atlanta Vibe, showing some real vibrations with that look.
Leah Edmond sets up this block inside, and then Corey Lewis does the rest, gets there and closes. Fantastic right hand.
Corey Lewis, 6'3", out of Florida State. She was the 2025 Rookie of the Year. Paige Briggs Romine, an outstanding all-around volleyball player. I thought she got a piece of the line, and so did she. Briggs Romine, wearing number 13, just ran out of real estate. This is Shannon Shields. Interesting story. Played recently in Portugal, Switzerland. First year playing pro volleyball in the United States after a college career at Louisville and ASU, getting the start tonight for the Vibe. Very good reception so far by both teams. New libero on the side of Atlanta. More on that in a moment. Nice pancake by Shields, and a touch off the block. No, that ball called out of bounds. Britt Rampelberg, 5'4", out of Belgium, 4 times the libero of the year in another very good league, the Belgian league. And she is stepping into some very big shoes. Morgan Hentz, libero of the year in Major League Volleyball season for a couple of years in a row, and spent a lot of time starting for Eric Sullivan and Team USA at the most recent World Championships. Leah Edmond again off the right side.
It's only 2 seasons into this year, but Leah Edmond is being utilized on the right side more this year. We saw it in the first match, and now you see her on the right side. Has the versatility to swing out there as well.
Really good numbers last year, 3.6 kills, good efficiency. Berkeley Oblad on the slide. Boy, Grand Rapids, first ball contact right now is exceptional.
It's really important to pass that ball so Sage Kahaina-Torres can get those middles involved. That's where I think the difference will be made in this match.
Timmer out on the left side. Aiko Jones will hit on the right. Corey Lewis, a tough-looking serve, but also that ball just quickly out of bounds as Lewis, number 22. I'm not sure what, well, it's orange, it's pink, it's purple, it's gorgeous. A really good fashion statement by Atlanta with this new look. Snyder, another exceptional reception. Reception to attack, right side to Aiko Jones. That's something that didn't work particularly well for Atlanta in their first match, a loss at home to Columbus. Aiko Jones was 11 of 47, and that's not good enough off the right side.
You know, you want a terminal player who can put the ball away, and Aiko Jones is high. She just needs to use the edges of the block a little better.
Edmond, perfect reception. Aiko Jones. Stop there. Ramat Al-Hassan, no. In a down the line, dug by Rampelberg. Chance in trance. Snyder inside is dug. Both teams good at the defensive end. And Leah Edmond with the finish.
Fantastic defense, both sides of the net, but transition swing opportunities really make a difference. Look at the dig here down the line by Rampelberg, and then Leah Edmond getting involved down the pipe, hitting out of the back row to finish this point for Atlanta Vibe.
Finally out of system after Grand Rapids had been very good in reception. Rampelberg, good, smart swing by Snyder to get her team out of trouble and back in the lead in the point. Jones, this time out of the back row. Kahaina-Torres. Rampelberg over quickly. Al-Hassan, Kahaina-Torres. It doesn't always have to be pretty. All that matters is that you score a point. The first by Al-Hassan.
Ramat Al-Hassan, we talked about her taking 2 years off, getting that offensive rhythm, and she's got a huge offensive window, touching 11-2 when she was in college. So Sage Kahaina-Torres has to work to find her.
Leah Edmond, boy, beautiful in reception, but missing this time is Raven Colvin.
Raven Colvin had a first match that was excellent for Atlanta. 6 blocks.
First technical timeout when a team reaches 8, and also when a team reaches 16. The first week and weekend of Major League Volleyball coming your way. Holly McPeak and I were in Dallas, Texas last night for the opener for the Dallas Pulse. A very, very good contest against the Indy Ignite, eventually won by Indy. A really good crowd on hand, and level of play so far. It's very early on in the season, very early on in this match, but ball control has been good, defense has been good, and Leah Edmond looks very, very sharp.
So Atlanta Vibe has new uniforms tonight. They're called the Peach State Edition, and they're using the fruit of Georgia's peach, right? So they're incorporating some new colors, fiery reds, golden yellows, deep pinks, trying to really define themselves in a different way, and it's a pretty cool looking uniform.
I really like it, and I'm sitting here. I love peaches, Georgia or otherwise.
Okay, and I love pink.
Yeah, and I'm slicing. I can see slicing the peach, taking out the pit, opening it up, and there it is.
There it is.
There it is. Yeah, very nicely done. Very nicely done.
Kind of an ombre too. It gets darker as it goes down.
I like it. I like it.
Style points.
There is Pia Timmer, number 7, a really good all-around volleyball player for Atlanta. Atlanta 19-9 last year, lost to Orlando in the semifinals. The Orlando Valkyries were the eventual champions over Indy, also 3-1. Sage Kahaina-Torres, a 2022 NCAA champion for the Texas Longhorns. And that ball missed out of bounds. Boy, play is set up beautifully, but just running out of real estate is Colvin.
Leah Edmond for the Atlanta Vibe has been really good in first contact. Watch Grand Rapids possibly go away from her.
And they do. They work on Timmer, who at least statistically or historically is the more reliable passer. Very good first contact, setting up the opportunity. And Ino with a big swing off the right side.
in a just one-on-one on that right side and finds the deep cross-court kill for the Grand Rapids Rise. Paige Briggs-Romine puts it right in her hands, and you see the one-on-one. That's always advantage hitter.
Rampelberg keeping the ball off the floor. Nice work by Colvin. Not a good set in transition. Too tight to the net. Ogilvy. Oh, Rampelberg, spectacular save. And Timmer smartly off the block and out of bounds. But liberos usually can't score points, but give that one to Rampelberg.
Rampelberg in that left back position. Watch her slide into that corner, cutting it off on her right side, and then Leah Edmond with the assist to Pia Timmer.
Morgan Hentz now playing in Omaha. See her next weekend against Orlando and in midweek as well. Iko Jones still trying to get the right side going, and it is just not there, nor was it in the previous match, a loss again at home to Columbus. 11-8 is the advantage for the visitors from Grand Rapids. They were picked to finish 5th, 11-17 last year after going 12-12 the year before. Just good enough to get into the playoffs, and they made it into the finals. Leah Edmond again.
Shannon Shields does a fantastic job getting that ball out fast enough to Leah Edmond. She likes that quick ball, but it has to be high enough, and when she does, look out down that line. She can go cross-body with some heat.
Leah Edmond, the prototypical professional outside attacker, 6'2", really good arm. First contact is exceptional, good from the service line, and plays good defense, but other than that, doesn't do very much. Other than that, here is Alassane back to serve. Grand Rapids on top by 3. Very easy serve. Oh, smart shot. Shannon Shields dishing that ball over on the second contact.
That's a ball that shouldn't drop. Grand Rapids needs to be aware of that ball coming on too. Wasn't super fast.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the wing diggers have got to be there. You had Carly Snyder trying to get on that ball out of area 6 in the middle back, but that was a clever shot. But I'm with you, Holly. As a world-class defender, I'll tell you a funny story in just a second. I'm sure you'll appreciate it. Pia Timmer with a kill. Pia Timmer with a kill. When I was playing with Karch Kirai, if that ever happened, he would lose his mind.
I bet.
He would absolutely blow a gasket. He would pull it. Oh, it was, I can see that right now. It was so fun playing with him. But don't make that mistake or you are going to hear about it. Oh, very hittable ball indeed. What a set that time by Corey Lewis.
Transition setting is such an important skill. Every player on the court, no matter your position, has to be able to step in and put a hittable ball there. Corey Lewis, just good apex on that ball, and Leah Edmond crushes it sharp.
Absolutely beautifully done by last year's Rookie of the Year. Rampelberg. Kaina Torres. Boy, good level by both of these teams in almost all phases. This is a fun opening set.
Kaina Torres for the Grand Rapids Rise. Beautiful dig off the edge of the block, but transition block for Atlanta wins the point.
Not much on that serve. Oblad is rejected out of the middle. Corey Lewis with some help that time from Anna Dixon, number 24. Iko Jones now to the sideline, replaced by Anna Dixon. First year in Atlanta, played at Florida and Missouri. Good size oppo at 6'3". Welcome, everybody. This is Major League Volleyball coming your way on CBS Sports Network, live from suburban Atlanta. The Atlanta Vibe into the semifinals last year, taking on the Rise of Grand Rapids with Hall of Famer Holly McBeak. I'm Paul Sunderland, and it's been a match and a game of runs so far. Just when you thought that Grand Rapids was feeling comfortable, here comes Atlanta. They take the 15-13 advantage. Tough serve, and just out of bounds, just missed by the all-star Leah Edmond. Had a magnificent season last year, leading her team to the semifinals, and wants to get them
Look how close.
by a sliver.
I love the pace and the attitude of Leah Edmond, just going for it from the service line.
Working on Edmond, but it is not, if you will, working for the Grand Rapids Rise. Leah Edmond really good in first contact, leading to the side out by Pia Timmer.
Grand Rapids needs to serve away from Leah Edmond, service seam, test some other players, possibly yo-yo short and deep on the serve.
In the opening set, we've got a technical timeout at 8, and now it's 16, Atlanta on top by that number 16-14. Let's take a look at the Wren Athletic starting lineups. Grand Rapids taking on Atlanta, both losers of their opening match. We'll give you the details on that momentarily. First for Grand Rapids, Briggs Romine on the outside along with veteran Snyder, Ramat Al Hassan. Interesting story, we'll talk about it. Also Elizabeth Enna from Romania, her first year in the Major League Volleyball. Sage Ka'aina Torres, an NCAA champion, and Elena Ogilvy out of Stanford University, an exceptional libero. And now for the Atlanta Vibe, a loser at home on Thursday night to Columbus. That raised a lot of eyebrows. Leah Edmond, an all-star and a star. Her bookend, Pia Timmer. Corey Lewis, Rookie of the Year last year. Raven Colvin with Atlanta for the first time. Aiko Jones. Shannon Shields, the starting setter. That's interesting. 3 setters on the Atlanta Vibe roster. And Britt Rampelberg, one of the best liberos in Europe from Belgium, coming in to fill the very big shoes of one Morgan Hens.
Atlanta Vibe have 3 setters on the roster. Maddie Walk, who won a national championship at Texas A&M just recently in December. Avery Carlson out of SMU, and Shannon Shields. Atlanta wants to test all 3 of those setters and who runs the offense the best.
There is Lewis coming out of the timeout and still developing as a server. We talked about it last night in Dallas. Middle blockers at the collegiate level don't really get a lot of opportunities to serve and then play defense, but they have to play 6 rows in the pro level before they give way to the libero.
At the pro level, 8 substitutions, college 15, so that allows for defensive specialists to come in and serve for middles.
Good reception by both of these teams, and Colvin, wearing number 5, able to register that kill.
I'd like to see both teams get their middles going offensively and a better connection, setting them high and fast enough to establish them and open up their pins.
We're talking about Grand Rapids and how good they were in first contact. 79% positive reception. When I say positive, what does that mean in terms of how the rally is played?
That's a ball that gives the setter, if it's positive, 2 options. If it's perfect, 3 or more options if you count out at the back row.
And of course, just as we were saying, how rock solid Snyder and the rest of the Grand Rapids Rise were, that was a service winner. This by Dixon. Perfectly handled. Pretty good block touch on the outside that time by Shannon Shields, but it will be wiped away by a net violation. That's 3 out of 5 sets. Carly Snyder, an all-star last year, wearing number 4 in blue. We're at Gas South Arena. And on the slide again. Boy, the connection has been there, but the ball just flaying out of bounds.
Raven Colvin looked like she was trying to go off the left side hand of Carly Snyder, but just missing it. Aggressive swing, pass and setter there.
That's the 6th hitting error so far for Atlanta, which is about 5 too many. Good cover by Dixon, and Timmer throwing that ball down against Enna along with Ramat Al Hassan.
That's a ball that should not get through the Grand Rapids block. They need to be really disciplined. They had Atlanta in a good spot. They knew where the ball was going.
Here's Timmer from Germany, plays with the German national team collegiately at Washington State last year for Atlanta. Very, very solid right around the dial. A really good role player, if you will. Everybody has a role. Some are just bigger than others, and some are different.
True.
And Enna's role is to score the ball, and she has been doing so nicely early on. Brings a lot of heat. 19-18 is the advantage. And the tap down, that is covered, but Inna with another score.
It starts with the service pressure from Carly Snyder. She goes up, strong top spin serve, and that gets away from the platform of Atlanta Vibe trying to pass it.
Here in the opening set as we get towards the red zone, Inna with 4 kills on 10 swings. Edmond again, reception to attack. Beautifully done.
Leah Edmond connecting with Shannon Shields and finding plenty of seam to work through. Inna and Al Hassan should be a wall, but there's a seam right between those two players. You want to close that gap.
2024, not only the league's outstanding outside attacker, but also the most valuable player. Briggs Romine, very, very good swing from well off the net.
And Sage Kahaina Torres happened to put her running shoes on to run that pass down and put up a hittable ball for Paige Briggs Romine.
Number 20, Hattie Bray, 6'2" middle blocker, the rookie out of Marquette. All-American last year, will come on in the serving role. When I was getting ready for this match, I was looking up Hattie Bray. I noted that she had over 1,000 kills as a middle. That's pretty impressive. I didn't look at the serving column. Middles don't serve all that often, particularly at the collegiate level, as we alluded to. Tied at 20. And that ball just out of bounds. It's a tough roll. You've warmed up, you come in cold, and try to do something from the service line. Just a little bit long. She will give way, and Elena Ogilvie will come back on, wearing number 2 and a brightly colored jersey as well. Shields back to serve. Boy, that was easily handled. Inna again. Boy, you got to serve tougher than that, don't you, Holly?
Definitely, especially with Elizabeth Inna in the front row. Leah Edmond just gave her a little bit line. Looked like they were trying to force her that direction. Look at the location. She goes outside the block. Rampelberg there, but can't come up with it.
Kahaina Torres, perfect delivery. And that's going to be a misset that time by Shields. Way too tight on the right side to Edmond. So an unforced error there for Atlanta. Atlanta struggled offensively against Columbus. Their opening night loss, they only hit 159, well below their numbers from last year. Edmond through the block and down, a much needed side out score for number 13. I usually say number 13 in white, blue, black, red, but I'm not sure. In the beautiful jerseys.
Good pass by Leah Edmond, again swinging on that right side, but she's been really good passing the ball and swinging out of it.
Briggs Romine, very, very good again. Edmond again finds a way through the block and down, so back and forth we go.
Berkeley Oblak trying to block that ball out of the middle, and Leah Edmond sneaks it through the block, quick arm swing out of the back row.
And McKissick will come in. I like this substitution. Corey Lewis still, she'll get her legs underneath her from the service line, but very, very much a work in progress. I like this substitution a lot. Ellie McKissick, championship with Orlando last year. Excellent reception and rhythm again offensively. Kept off the floor, joust coming. Wow, that ball was out of bounds, but you got to play the close ones. McKissick, substitution paying dividends. The crowd appreciating it, as well as her teammates. McKissick coming through with a point-saving dig.
Absolutely, runs all the way, and that is not an easy ball to get back over your head all the way over. Grand Rapids forced to play it. And then the dig in transition ball, again by Ellie McKissick, pays off. Timmer down the line for the kill.
First set point coming up for the Atlanta Vibe. Grand Rapids took Orlando, the defending champions, right down to the wire on Friday night before falling 3-2. They led 2-1 and fell in the fourth 24-23. Remember in Dallas last night, 27-25, 27-25, 26-24.
Yeah, all extra points.
Yeah, we've talked about
continue that trend.
Yeah, we've talked about a lot of parity in Major League Volleyball this year, and that's not hyperbole, and you're seeing it on a set-by-set basis. McKissick back to serve again. First set point. Well handled. Oblad. Sage Kahana-Torres off a perfect pass.
That middle production so important. Get Berkeley Oblad on that slide. You can run Carly Snyder out of the back row, but you have to establish your middle attackers.
One set point saved. Oblad will go back to serve. Last 2 years in Vegas. 7th year of pro volleyball coming out of the University of Utah. Kathy George in her 3rd year in the championship match in the inaugural season of Major League Volleyball. Some words of wisdom for Carly Snyder. Perfect pass by Rumpelberg. Oh, that's going to be a late net violation on Kahana-Torres. No doubt about that. Somebody went fishing.
I think it was all Hassan in the net.
Set point number 2. Anna Dixon came on to replace Aiko Jones at the opposite. The heavily bandaged left pinky finger. Well received again. Inna for the opening set save. Inna has been really good.
And that D ball out of the back row on that right sideline is crucial, especially in the 2-hitter rotation. Ramat stays in front, and that opens up that line swing for Inna, Grand Rapids.
Handled by Timmer and Leah Edmond again. Atlanta, do they need to move their left pin a little bit wider against Inna? She loves the line.
Probably. I think they'll make that adjustment as they move into the second set or at the end of this one.
Inna right now, pretty unstoppable. 6 kills on 12 swings with just 1 error, and that ball served out of bounds. So Atlanta has had 3 set point opportunities. Fantastic set. Beautifully done by Shields that time, tight and under pressure.
Atlanta with the fantastic first contact. Shannon Shields, a setter for the Vibe, is front row. She's a lefty. She can attack it. That gets the blocker up in the air. Raven Colvin, one-on-one, easy tap down.
Raven was flying high that time. Enjoyed it a lot. Taylor head on to serve. Set point again. Inna off the edge. Boy, the DSs, the subs are coming in and doing a magnificent job to give Atlanta opportunities. Edmond going to have a swing for it. Ogilvy says not yet. Such a smart shot by 13 Briggs Romine.
How about the pursuit ball by Elena Ogilvy of the Grand Rapids Rise? Came all the way to the bench to pick up that ball off the block.
Well, the level is really good. The attacking numbers are good. The blocking and digging numbers are good. Who's going to step up from the service line and put some pressure on? Corey Lewis up front now with Shields. That was way too easy. Good blocking by Inna. And read by Oblad. Leah Edmond and Elizabeth Inna Going toe-to-toe, a lot of swings in the opening set. Leah Edmonds says right now.
Leah Edmond is feeling it for the Atlanta Vibe, taking some huge rips, another out-of-system ball, and just hard and high off the block.
11 of 15 is Leah Edmond. No errors so far. Teams are being way too conservative from the service line. Good block touch. Rampelberg, right side to Dixon, and gets it to go. It took a while for Atlanta to get there, but finally across the finish line, 5 set points, and they close it out 29-27. Good level in every phase of the game. Grand Rapids on the road taking on Atlanta as the Major League Volleyball season for circa 2026 just gets underway. Thanks so much for joining us here on the CBS Sports Network.
Major League Volleyball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Franklin Sports, the official ball of MLV.
Welcome back once again to suburban Atlanta, Duluth to be specific, with Hall of Famer Holly McPeak. I'm Paul Sunderland. A very well played, exciting opening set. The fans certainly enjoyed that. I thought a couple of very, very good substitutions by Kayla Banworth in her second year, bringing in McKissick, bringing in Taylor Head, and that closed out a very close opening set.
I also thought bringing in Anna Dixon on the opposite. Atlanta Vibe had a bunch of errors early. They cleaned it up at the end and were much more effective defensively.
Just underway in Major League Volleyball, 8 teams around the league. A lot of new faces, particularly on the sideline. 4 new coaches. Alicia Glass-Childress, magnificent playing career. She will be taking over in San Diego. Luca Slabe will take over in Omaha for Laura Bird-Kuhn, who's here in Atlanta. And Lauren Bertolacci, we saw, there's Bird once again. Lauren Bertolacci for Indy last night, got her first win. And excellent coaches around the league.
Did you say Shannon Windsor in Dallas?
No, I was leaving that for you.
Thank you. Just wanted to not to forget her. Dallas has a promising future. They have a lot of talent.
They do. That was a fun match last night.
And a fantastic venue.
Speaking with Bird Kuhn, who is the head coach at Omaha. I talked to her out in the hall about an hour ago, and she's very, very happy to be back in Atlanta. And I remember she reminded me that she played at Georgia Tech, and she just loves being back in this community. Kayla Banworth mentioning, and second year, there is Bird once again, taking more of a general manager's role here with the Atlanta Vibe. Kayla Banworth was the 2025 Coach of the Year in Major League Volleyball.
And a Dixon crossbody deep to the corner. Love the placement of that back row attack.
Atlanta coming out on top, 29-27 in the opening set. Boy, the passing for Grand Rapids has been very impressive so far. We'll give you those numbers in a moment. Briggs, Romine, and Snyder, very, very good complementary pair, as are Pia Timmer and Leah Edmond for Atlanta. In it. Everything going Leah Edmonds' way right now. I gave her one too many. Now she's got 11 kills, and we're just underway in the second set.
10 kills in one set. That's pretty darn
No errors.
For Leah Edmond. What a start for Edmond of the Vibe.
2 years ago, the MVP. 2 years ago, the outside hitter of the year. Brooke Nuneviller took that award last year. Perfect first contact. Shields. Lewis up into the block. You mentioned Shields left-handed. Having a look at that for the first time. Lewis stuck on the outside block, and pretty good touch. Kaina Torres with the deep dish. Dixon covering herself. Free ball coming to the rise. A lucky tap down that time by Snyder. That ball passed a little bit tight by Ogilvie.
Carly Snyder just cuffs it and the top spin. Dropped that ball in front of the defense. Nice swing and adjustment by Carly Snyder.
Snyder played at the University of Florida, her third year in Grand Rapids, an all-star, as I mentioned last year, previous 6 years playing in France, and 4 times the outside hitter of the year in France before coming back to the United States to be able to play professionally.
That was an ace down the line. Carly Snyder, it's an inside out. She throws it inside and then turns it back to the line and catches Leah Edmond, just the edge of that line.
Wow, wow. And that ball was very, very close, but you cannot challenge the line calls. That's all done electronically by the MLV replay system. And there's communication between the replay system and the first and second referees. And they immediately know that that ball was on the line. There is Shields. Kept alive by Lewis. In it, right on top of the net. What a dig by Rampelberg, but Dixon cannot track it down. Rampelberg is like Morgan Hens, fearless. She will stand in a wide open net and take a facial or a chester or a chicken wing or whatever she has to take.
Hey, whatever it takes. Alyssa Jensen in the middle gets a kill in transition, and that's something that Grand Rapids have not been able to do, score out of the middle.
Ball kept alive, at least momentarily. Lucky serve off the top of the tape. Jensen coming in wearing number 17, her third year in Grand Rapids, after playing for Kathy George at Michigan State. And that ball drifts just over the end line, well left by Rampelberg. Leah Edmond now 12 of 16, 56% positive passing, and not positive there from the service line. She's got too many options. She's got the hybrid, she's got the straight jumper.
She was indecisive after that toss.
That was a tweener.
Yep.
Oh, that was a tough serve. Quality serve, kept alive. Atlanta does a good job staying alive in the point. Anna Dixon down the line. That's a correction. Ball was initially called in and corrected by our first referee, Suzanne Lowry. She's being assisted by Michelle Prater. The ball was just, there you see it, not just. That was well out of bounds. Well left by Grand Rapids. On top now 7-4. We'll have a technical timeout at 8 and another at 16. Good swing by Timmer. Ogilvy beautifully handled. Dug once again by Edmond. That's going to be a double contact. Explain the double contact, how it's evolved at the collegiate level and now over to the professional and international level.
So at the collegiate level, you're allowed to double it, but it can't go over on a double, basically. More later.
More later. More later. Technical timeout. 8-4 here in Atlanta. The visitors from Grand Rapids on a 3-0 run to take the 8-4 advantage here in set number 2. Tomorrow at 7 Eastern, catch some of men's basketball hoops action as Navy goes head-to-head with American in the Patriot League showdown right here on CBS Sports Network. The Midshipmen against American coming up on the CBS Sports Network. You've taken a keen interest in college basketball this year.
I am a big fan of BYU basketball.
Yeah, how did they do against Arizona last night?
There's Utah. They play Arizona next week.
Okay.
It should be a good one. But they beat their cross-state rival in Utah.
It's a big rivalry. Corey Lewis back to the line. There is Elizabeth Enna out of Romania. Boy, she's going to put up a lot of points this year for Grand Rapids. Off to a really good start. Give you her numbers from the opening night. That's going to be an illegal attack, a violation of the 3-meter attack line. Elizabeth Enna in the 5-set loss at Orlando was 19 of 53 with 13 digs.
Watch for Grand Rapids to go D-ball to Enna on this play if they can get a good pass.
Good eye by Snyder, well left, just out of bounds. How would you rate the serving from both of these teams?
You know, we've seen a couple really aggressive serves, and then we've seen some really safe serves. I think both teams need to dial it up. And from all 6 rotations, attack from the service line.
That was good. Right on cue. Kept off the floor that time by Shields, but it all started from the service line. Absolutely agree, Holly. We saw a couple of really good low flat targets of Leah Edmond, but other than that, particularly at the end of the opening set, it was very conservative.
Grand Rapids have really stepped it up in the second set. They've scored 3 balls off their serve already.
Another good serve, and Edmond was receiving very well. There's Timmer off speed, handled by Enna. Snyder is blocked. That's a tough chance in transition for Carly Snyder.
Well, it looked like Carly Snyder eased up trying to recycle the ball, and that's when the hitter coverage needs to step in and scoop that ball.
Going to try to go to Enna as much as they possibly can. As good an all-around player as Carly Snyder is sometimes, when she has to attack against a well-formed block that's over the net, it's a tough challenge.
And it's nice to have Elizabeth Enna out of the back row as an option to spread the offense.
10-7 is the lead. Here comes Dixon. There is Enna right on cue. Going to get a lot of balls to this evening in Atlanta and all season long. Enna again. Legal double contact. We'll explain. Dixon, heater down the line and good. Talk to us about that double and why it wasn't called.
Well, first and foremost, love the D-balls on both sides of the net. An important part of the offense. Anna Dixon's been impressive. You are allowed to double that second contact as long as it stays on your side of the net at the collegiate and pro level.
Briggs Romine is really dialed in serving, giving Berkeley Oblad an opportunity. Receiving, I should say. Grand Rapids right now is passing 70% positive. That's 2 choices. 43% perfect. That's 4 or 5 choices. And they lost the opening set thanks to Leah Edmonds' 10 kills. Raven Colvin. Well, the hand connection is good there, but this is the second or maybe third ball that Colvin has missed down the sideline.
I like the pass. I like that Colvin is high and just missing it by inches. Just needs to get a little more aggressive with her hand contact. Get
her numbers and give you her error totals. That's a good swing by Pia Timmer. She's selling it and done electronically. Raven Colvin is 2 for 7 with 4 balls hit out of bounds.
Yeah, and they were good looking attempts.
I agree.
Too.
I agree. Perfect pass. Very impressed with Briggs Romine. Block touch here by Colvin. Briggs Romine out of the middle. Nicely cut inside the block by Edmond.
Leah Edmond looks so confident getting her feet to the ball, taking big rips. She's not being tentative at all. And credit Rampelberg for putting up a nice ball in transition.
(12-10) is the advantage. Well passed. That was a good serve. Edmond again.
The block deflections right now for the Atlanta Vibe, setting up their transition offense, and Leah Edmond on fire on the left pin.
Alexis Shelton, 6'2" outside hitter from Oklahoma, the 4th overall pick, all SEC selection. She didn't get 1,600 kills during her career. She had 1,599.
Close.
Well, and she can score from the left side. That's why she's in now for Snyder. Inna again.
Grand Rapids Rise doing a nice job spreading that offense using the right side and then the fastball on the left to Shelton.
Inna now with 7 kills on 21 swings. Both she and Edmond very, very clean in terms of errors. Very few. Anna Dixon, good connection off the right side.
Anna Dixon is one of those talented utility players who, wherever you put her on the court, she's going to make a difference. And she's been a huge impact for Atlanta.
Tough serve. Shelton pretty well handled. Good play by Ogilvy, taking control of the backcourt. Raven Colvin. Spectacular dig. I'm not sure she saw the ball, but it came up. Working hard. Leah Edmond in a little early on that set from Timmer. Pia to Leah.
Raven Colvin just sitting strong down that line when the Atlanta Vibe are giving Inna that line to attack. Brave dig. Watch this ball here. Oh, this is later in the play, but Atlanta Vibe playing smart defense.
Shelton. Heat off the left side. And Dixon again. Give you Leah Edmonds' numbers right after this point. She has been, that's such a good play. Shannon Shields with the Luigi.
The Luigi, the lefty Luigi.
Yes.
Okay,
yes,
I like it. Shannon Shields, left-handed setter. Any ball tight to the net, if she can get her feet there, she can attack it.
Atlanta with their first lead of this second set. Leah Edmond is 15 of 21 with no errors. Shelton. Colvin doing a nice job playing left back defense. I say and emphasize that because of middle blocker. And that ball is missed and the lead continues.
Raven Colvin taking the Atlanta Vibe on a nice scoring run with her serve and defense.
Atlanta now on top. Our scoreboard will catch up momentarily. We're at 16-13, so we've come to the second technical timeout here in Atlanta. The Vibe on top, 1-0 and leading here in the second. I should correct myself and say we are staying. So forget all of that. It's 15. Oh, we were right, and the official scorer was wrong. They had 16 up in the building. Good for us. Good job by us, except for me. There is Kathy George in her third year. Got to the Major League Volleyball finals her first year. Lost to Omaha, and last year missed out on the playoffs. There is Caleb Anworth, last year's Coach of the Year. Want to take this team one more step. They lost in the semifinals last year. Both Dixon and Colvin are playing really good defense. Shelton looking for hands and just missed it out of bounds.
Shelton's one of those physical players who can put points on the board for the Grand Rapids Rise if they get her going. Atlanta up 16 over Grand Rapids 13 in the second set.
Now it's a technical timeout. Good to go. Atlanta was down 4 early on in this second set after taking the first in extra points, and now have gone on a 5-0 run, 16-13 advantage. Back with Hall of Famer Holly McPeak. I'm Paul Sunderland. Difference in this latter stage. Take Leah Edmond aside, who's been nearly perfect, if you will. Grand Rapids has got to slow this down, now trailing 16-13.
Atlanta's defense and
Good,
tough serving has really picked up as this second set has gone on. Grand Rapids came out serving really well, but Atlanta's returned in the favor and now with the advantage in the second set.
The Atlanta Vibe have 46 digs. It's the middle of the second set. That is a hellacious number. That ball served just out of bounds. Raven Colvin has been really good, as has Anna Dixon, let alone Rampelberg. Pia Timmer as well. Really good defensive performance. On the other side, 46-21. Wow. Might be a little home cooking. That's a huge number at 46. Nicely done once again by Atlanta.
Everything starts with a good first contact. Nice pass, and the lefty setter, Shannon Shields, gets up and rips the second ball onto. Big hole in that gap. You see the middle blocker had scooted to the right in front of the middle attacker.
Here is Shields. Rampelberg listed with 10 digs already. And beautiful swing in the deep cross-court corner by Inna. And Pia Timmer also in double figures in the dig category already for Atlanta.
It is moving the ball around the court really well for the Grand Rapids Rise from the right side.
Addie Bray, the rookie out of Marquette, back to serve. 17-15 is the advantage. Atlanta up 1-0. Took them 5 set points to get there. There we go, just a slight delay. We're set to go. Tough serve. Big by Kaina Torres. The teams are really scrambling. Briggs Romine through the block and down. That against Corey Lewis and Edmond.
So important as a blocker to be disciplined against Paige Briggs Romine. She's undersized but has nice arm speed, so your hands have to be pressed over the net early. Out of system ball, but look at the quick swing off the hands of Edmond for the point.
Reception again to the right side. As you pointed out, Holly, Leah Edmond gets some more looks. Then she gets some easy kills. The ones out on the left in transition are hard work.
And that's what the right side swings usually are a little bit more in system, faster, block is chasing. And why not reward Leah Edmond and give her more opportunities across the net?
Leah Edmond again. We've got to talk about how Grand Rapids can slow her down. 52% passing, but look at the offense, 16 of 22. Look for a piece of the block and got it. Really good high, hard swing. It is a heavyweight fight behind Elizabeth Enna along with Leah Edmond. Enna is having a very nice first couple of sets. 9 of 27, hitting 260, just 2 errors, but just being overshadowed by Leah Edmond. Shelton, nice dig out of the backcourt has come on for Carly Snyder.
Anytime your team can pick up balls and get transition opportunities, you have an aggressive mindset. Good dig on Corey Lewis, that slick ball from the Atlanta Vibe, and then nice hand contact by Shelton to drop that ball short.
Leah Edmond again, rock solid in reception. Briggs Roman, chopping line, dug by Shields. Play on. Oblad, good soft block by Atlanta. Anna Dixon ripping down the line. Look at these players hustling. Beautiful swing by Dixon. Come on and played very nicely on the right side.
Love the pursuit by Shelton. Man, the speed to get to that back line, way past the back line and touch that ball. Impressive.
We're going to have a challenge. Kathy George wanted a double contact called against Atlanta.
There was a weird play in the middle.
Waiting on deciphering what is being challenged. Well, we have you the MLV challenge system. You can challenge foot fault on the service line, 3-meter line, center line, touch off the block, ball up or down, 4 contacts, ball in the plane, and I think that's about it.
Pretty good. Early on, there was a ball dug tight to the net that Pia Timmer tried to play out of the net. She played it high. I'm not sure it touched a Grand Rapids player, and then tried to play it low. I believe that's the ball being challenged.
Well, sorting through this, and obviously vitally important 19-18 advantage on the board now for Atlanta after having won the opening set. We were unable to hear. Usually you can hear the first referee announce to the audience what is being challenged. Yeah, Leah Edmond, and I think rightfully, well, all right, we're getting a look. We're trying to sort this out. It's important to get it right.
I believe that's the play. It looks like it hits tape, not the blocker's hands, then comes back.
Then comes back.
And then she plays it again down low. So that would be
double contact.
Double contact.
Or actually, the no touch on the block leads to the double contact. Yeah, I think you're absolutely right, Holly. I don't think Oblad got a piece of that. And so that's 1 contact on the attack for Timmer, and then another contact down below. So this point should be going to Oblad and Grand Rapids. in the green, you saw a successful challenge for no block touch. I think that's the right call.
Agreed. After seeing it, the ball did not hit Oblad's hand.
So that's a 2-point switch. 19-18 give the advantage now to Grand Rapids. I think that's the right call. You know, look, I really, really like this replay and challenge system. That one took a lot longer than it usually does.
Correct.
And so we'll give them some slack on that one, because that's all of our pet peeves, that sometimes it just takes too long. But that was the right call. First lead for Grand Rapids since 13-12. Reception and in the back row combination.
Leah Edmond looks like the MVP we saw 2 years ago, coming out of the gates hot, confident, and feeling it. Starts with the pass and then a quick ball out of the back row. Wow. You walk back there, girl.
This could be a record-setting performance. I just made sure that I saved the record book, but Leah Edmond now 17 kills, no errors. Will give the total number of swings. I mean, that's just an incredible performance. Leah Edmond has taken 23 swings. She has not hit a ball out of bounds. She has not been done.
Paige Briggs-Romine, another quick cross body. Atlanta Vibe just giving her a sliver, and she's taking it.
Leah Edmond is hitting .750.
Wow.
And passing dimes. That one was a little tight, but pretty good. Anna Dixon's giving Atlanta a lift.
How about Shannon Shields on that tight pass, the one hand giving Anna Dixon some lift so she can get on top of that ball. You see this ball go tight to the net, and then the lift just allows Dixon to attack down the line.
Into the red zone. That ball served just out of bounds. Now 21-20 advantage. Opening set again to Atlanta. In extra points, 29-27. Oblad back to serve. That was easy. Timmer's just going to gobble that up. Easy side-out score by number 7.
Grand Rapids started this set serving really aggressive, but they've eased up, and that's allowing Atlanta Vibe to get in a good side-out rhythm.
52% positive passing so far for Timmer and Atlanta. Thea Timmer is like the Courtney Schwann from Orlando, you know, just do everything kind of players. They receive, they dig, they serve, they attack at a good percentage. Really good all-around players. Pretty well handled by Shelton. That was a good serve. And missed out of bounds. Missed wide by the rookie out of Oklahoma. Timeout taken by Grand Rapids. Haven't mentioned it so far on the evening, but one challenge and 2 timeouts. And let's take a look at where Grand Rapids is in terms of their setter contact. They've been very, very good, particularly in reception, but Atlanta has started to match them.
You see the tough serving and how it affects serve receive. These are the balls where they're passing the ball and where the setter is making contact. Look at all those balls outside the line on the right side. That makes it really difficult for the setter to run her offense. This is actually on the Atlanta side, so that the Atlanta serve receive, when Grand Rapids was serving aggressive, this is the setter and where she was contacting the ball to run the offense.
10% right in the target zone, 37% mid zone. That's what we're calling positive, and 53% in the bungo straights.
In the bungo straights, okay.
Working on Shelton, and has been good. Timmer with another dig. Enna beat you to it, Holly.
Good dig, Paul.
The ball was going very slowly. That's why I was able to.
We were both on it.
Yeah, there you go. This is the first time I saw Elizabeth Enna when I was watching on YouTube the other night, but boy, she is an impressive attacker. This is a good get by Grand Rapids. Net violation. That is Jensen or Enna, and Enna is saying no. Again, last year and in previous seasons, 2 challenges per team per set. This year it's been reduced to only 1 challenge, and we're going to have another one. Grand Rapids has already been correct, and as long as your challenge gets the green light, is successful, then you have an unlimited number. At the double contact earlier on, basically, though within the categories, it was no block touch. And now Enna, along with Alyssa Jensen, are saying from Grand Rapids, they were called for a net violation, and we're going to see. They say no. Back to Enna, 6'3" opposite, 19 kills on Friday night on the road in Orlando. Here's another look. Yeah, there it is.
Looked like body got there.
Yep. That's good call by the officials. And so I know we're towards the finish line at 23-22, but now Grand Rapids will be out of challenges. Enna just didn't feel it.
Happens.
It does. It just did. Tough serve. Shelton.
Beautiful in-system fastball to Alexis Shelton, and that's where she is so good. She's dynamic, quick arm, and the timing and rhythm of this offense works. That's a 4-4 right between the left front and left back defender.
Back to serve, and a free ball. A chance for Grand Rapids to take the lead late. No! Shields, the center, celebrating that stuff. You can tell how often that happens.
Undersized blockers love it because teams love to challenge them, but Shannon Shields all by herself gets the solo block on Paige Briggs-Romine for a crucial point.
And look where we are, 24-23. Atlanta with their first set point. Took them 5 to close out the opening set. Briggs-Romine is just nails receiving, as is Timmer at the defensive end. Dixon off the block for the win. So both sets go to deuce, actually more than that. Atlanta won the opening, as I've mentioned a couple of times, 29-27. They're 25-23. Holly McPeak has gone out on the court, and we'll have a conversation with Leah Edmond when she is available, and that will be happening momentarily. Holly standing by now with a red-hot Leah Edmond.
Leah, fantastic start to this match. What does your team need to do to close?
I think we have to keep doing what we're doing. We're handling the easy balls well, and that's what we came in saying that we want to do. But keep having a fight and playing with personality is all I can ask for right now from our team.
You're playing with a ton of confidence, like the MVP Leah we saw 2 years ago. What gives you that confidence?
My teammates, they're pushing me to be myself every single time I touch the ball, and so that's what's going through my mind. I'm going to be Leah.
Awesome. Love it to see it. Back to you, Paul.
Being Leah is pretty special. 17 kills on 25 swings. 6 digs and passing lights out. Here in suburban Atlanta, it is the Vibe on top of the rise. 29, 27, 25, 23. Nice crowd on hand here at Gas South Arena, just outside Atlanta, in Duluth specifically, and they're happy about the results so far. Atlanta up over Grand Rapids 2-0. And we've been talking about Leah Edmond and Pia Timmer and how well they're passing. Let's take a look at where they're receiving balls and maybe how Grand Rapids can exploit some other parts of the court.
We have a cool 3D image that shows where Atlanta is being attacked on the serve. If you see all those green balls, that's the middle of the court, and then 44% to the short balls. That deep part of the court is not being utilized, so possibly trying to challenge the Atlanta serve receive with some deeper serves.
And interesting, when you look at Pia Timmer's numbers along with Leah Edmond, who you just talked to, they are passing exceptionally well as long as the new libero as well. Now for Grand Rapids, what do you see differently?
Well,
kind of similar.
Very similar. Neither team is using that deep serve, and obviously you don't want to miss long, but backing up the serve receive players can help.
Yeah, interesting. Getting really inside volleyball, and take a look at what Grand Rapids has to do. I mean, they've been so close. They lose 29, 27, 25, 23. They just need a deep serve on the back line and they'll get on the board. Atlanta 19-9 last year, got bumped in the semifinals of the playoffs, looking to get on the board after losing their opener. Very impressive so far, as have been Grand Rapids. So much parity in the league so far, it seems, this year, and I know it's only the first week, but Leah Edmond has been nearly perfect, and look at the efficiency for Atlanta.
You talk about the efficiency, what an improvement from a couple nights ago where they hit 159 as a team, the Atlanta Vibe. But I'll tell you, Leah Edmond has been the difference, hitting 680 with 17 kills. Grand Rapids needs to find a way to slow her down.
And how do they do that?
Well, being disciplined with their block, quick hands over the net, and then obviously serving tough. That always makes the offense more predictable and lets your block get set up better.
And as we showed you in 3D fashion, you got to serve the back part of the court. Drive Leah Edmond deep, maybe. I think that we'll see how Grand Rapids adjusts coming out of the break between the second, third set.
We talk about the yo-yo service game. Work them deep, work them short, make them move.
There's a lucky yo-yo. Shelton stays on. Alexa Shelton came on for Carly Snyder. That ball off the top of the tape. And we are underway in the third set. Pia Timmer with a fortunate ace off the top of the equipment. Rempelberg, perfect contact. Good block out of the middle by Jensen. And once again, you know, sometimes you have a night or a day where everything works. You throw the ball down, you rattle it through the block, and that's the kind of night so far Leah Edmond is having.
I agree, but I think Grand Rapids can do a better job closing up that block and making her work around them.
Shelton, that's an answer on the outside, number 21 in blue.
Alexis Shelton, high flyer, a player who can score, and that's what Grand Rapids needs.
Alexis Shelton in part-time duty so far with 3 kills on 11 swings. She has hit 2 balls out of bounds. Dixon. Dixon has been an addition.
The D-ball is crucial at this level. It really spreads the offense. And I'll tell you, Anna Dixon out of the back row is getting a big seam in that block and is just attacking through it.
A, left back, the pipe, and then the D out of the right back. Raven Colvin has been very good at the defensive end, playing her spot. That ball's still alive, and it won't be any longer. Quick start here for Atlanta.
Raven Colvin serving and digging balls for Atlanta. She's been impressive, and that ball drops in for the Atlanta Vibe.
There is Colvin again, played sparingly last year. Dixon again, smart shot off speed, hustle and save by Kaana Torres. But look at Timmer, how smart she is moving the ball around. Excellent hustle and hard work, but just a quality thought process by Timmer.
Really low ball out of the back row to Pia Timmer, but she goes to a good spot. Elena Ogilvie, left back, touched that ball on the 2-foot line. That was impressive.
And good communication right away, Timmer. You mentioned 3 setters. So how many looks are you getting in training with each individual setter? Shields getting the start. Maddie Walk got the start in the opener, a losing effort against Columbus. I'm not saying that's why she's not playing tonight. She's going to have a fantastic career. But 3 setters on the roster, and Kayla Banworth decided to go with Shields, and then she immediately went to Timmer to talk that timing over.
Communication is crucial between a setter and all her hitters.
And it's always the setter's fault.
It's actually always the hitter's fault.
That was a good side-out save. That was an excellent deep serve. We showed you that neither team has been exploiting the back third of the court, and then killed by Enna off the right side. Another deep serve, and it just doesn't matter. Leah Edmond with another kill. She's going to have over 20 in 3 sets.
Grand Rapids moving things around, though, with their serve, backing up the passer. But when you've got a hot hitter like Leah Edmond, what do? That's high off the hands down the line.
There's a rule change I would like to see instituted, but I don't want, I digress.
Okay.
Short serve, Lewis. That was a pretty good fake, actually, by Kaana Torres. Here's my rule change.
Okay.
You can receive serve overhand, but it must come out clean. Now you just get to slop it around, and it takes away, you serve tough, you serve really well deep, and all of a sudden you don't have the advantage.
Corey Lewis owning the net. That's her real estate, making sure that ball's not coming over.
Got it again, and covered by Courtney Oblad, who's back on. What do you think about my suggestion?
I like it.
Okay.
Not bad.
You can receive serve overhand. Totally legit, but it's got to come out clean. It gives the offense too much of an advantage. Technical timeout, 8-2 Atlanta.
Major League Volleyball on CBS Sports Network is sponsored by Franklin Sports, the official ball of MLV.
Inside the Gas South Arena, and Atlanta taking the 8-2 advantage, doing a better job coming out of the locker room for this third set in terms of their serving. Let's take a look at where Atlanta has been going after the opposition in Grand Rapids.
3D image right here showing you that there's a lot of balls going to that left back position. We've seen a lot of line-to-line serving with some pace, and only 31% to the middle, so mostly the left side of the court for Atlanta.
Going after Carly Snyder, going after Alexis Shelton, going after Paige Briggs-Romine when they're receiving on the left and attacking on the left. Exactly that. Briggs-Romine, Ine got the swing. Oh, look at the save by Shields. It's a good thing she was a lefty. Oblad quickly to the outside, Briggs-Romine. Excellent hustle by Atlanta and a much-needed side-out score by Grand Rapids.
Incredible run by Shannon Shields to bring that back to the court high so her team can get it over. But Briggs-Romine sharp in transition.
Briggs-Romine, not known for her offense, 7 kills on 16 swings to go along with 6 digs, 63% positive passing for number 13 in blue and gold. And then now back at the line, looking to add to her total. And a good block, much needed by Oblad and Briggs-Romine.
We talked about trying to slow down Leah Edmond, and it starts there. Paige Briggs-Romine, the left side blocker for Grand Rapids, gets out, sets that block, and then Berkeley Oblad gets there and closes. Well done defensively by Grand Rapids.
That's the first time that Leah Edmond has been stopped all evening long. It's early evening here in Atlanta. I wish they would change something, because, you know, we call it an error when you get blocked for a point. It doesn't give the block any credit. It's not an error by the hitter to get blocked. It's just good volleyball on the other side.
Good point. But you are hitting it into the block.
Right, but because the block was positioned well, the block got over the net. There just should be another, there should be something else, because it's better to get blocked than hit out of bounds, because you have a chance to cover.
Leah Edmond in the back court east.
And going deep again to good effect. Yep, use that back third. Get it back on the warning track. Look at that.
Grand Rapids putting Carly Snyder in for Alexis Shelton to pass.
Yep. Leah Edmond once again, very, very good repertoire from the service line, as she shows this time again. Tapped down by Anna Dixon.
Service pressure too much. Lots of pace by Leah Edmond, and it's getting popping too tight into the blocker's hands for Atlanta along the net.
Leah Edmond, 19 of 28. She got blocked once, has 6 digs. Briggs-Romine missed it out of bounds. That play started out looking pretty darn good. Hattie Bray on now in the middle, wearing number 20 in blue. And Grand Rapids in real trouble right now. They played so well at Orlando, the defending champions, on Friday, falling 3-2. 8-1 run here. Got to go to Ine to get out of this rotation, and not yet. The block was just camped in front of Elizabeth Enna.
Atlanta Vibe knew exactly where it was going, and Grand Rapids looking for someone who can put the ball away.
Lauren Jardine Clark, dynamic outside attacker, coming in as part of the double sub. Cameron Turner, out of the University of Kansas, Big 12 Setter of the Year in 2023. So 3-hitter rotation now in the double sub. Briggs-Romine, that was a good set. Nicely done by Turner, coming right off the bench, but dug by Edmond. Snyder able to conjure up a kill out of the back row after sitting for a long time.
Really hard to come in cold and run the offense, but Cameron Turner does that, number 22 in blue for Grand Rapids.
Grand Rapids has plenty of time, but they got to put together some good runs. Another better deep serve. Both teams making that effort. And Pia Timmer, just solid. Crafty, smart, doesn't make mistakes, and plays the all-around game very well. Perfect pass. Gray off the edge of the block and down. I wanted to ask you, because neither of us have had much of a sample size with Shannon Shields. What do you think she's done so far?
I thought she's done a tremendous job for Atlanta Vibe. You can see it in their offensive numbers. Right now they're hitting 347 as a team. That's really impressive.
After hitting 159 the other night. It's not all about one thing. Nice play by Raven Colvin. I think the receivers for Atlanta have done an exceptional job to start off the offense.
Correct, and that's been the difference. Both teams getting their middles going late in this match.
Second technical timeout, Atlanta looking for the sweep at home. Atlanta with their largest lead of the match so far here over Grand Rapids in the third. Want to remind you, next Sunday at 4 Eastern, CBS Sports Network serves up more Major League Volleyball. Catch some of the best players in the league squaring off as the reigning champs. The Orlando Valkyries take on the Omaha Supernovas. That is in Omaha. That's coming up next Sunday at 4 Eastern time. The insertion of Anna Dixon had a big impact on this match, particularly, maybe not so in this third set that has been all Atlanta. But remember, the first two were 29-27, 25-23. Good hustle by Atlanta. Rampelberg again. Ogilvy keeping that ball alive. Boy, what did I say about Pia Timmer? Whatever it takes.
And the faster the ball goes out to the antenna, that creates space for Pia Timmer to be creative offensively. But it was the hustle play by Leah Edmonds. Watch this ball dug backwards. Leah Edmonds, right hand, full extension into the bench to keep it alive, but she's okay.
It's a franchise over there.
Yes, it is.
I mentioned the warning track. You got to be careful not to run into the wall. Dixon again into Jensen. No. Snyder is blocked. Covered that time by Jardine Clark. And we had a center line violation with the foot. And the official talking to Lauren Jardine Clark, wearing number 11 in blue, 27 matches last year for Vegas. This one has gotten away from Grand Rapids. That's a good short serve. Rampelberg at 5'0" came over, pokey that ball over.
To the deep corner.
Yeah, to the deep corner. I said, bros hardly ever get points. That was close. Briggs Romine, nice dig. Dixon again. Tough chance for Snyder. Don't say that. Very good through the block and down. Good, deep, high, hard swing.
Atlanta Vibe putting all sorts of pressure on the Grand Rapids Rise, but good response. And Carly Snyder coming back in this match off the bench, finding that corner.
We've already seen Dallas is going to be a tough out. We know Columbus is going to be a tough out all season long. And Grand Rapids will be as well. Just this third set has gotten out of their control, and give Atlanta, and particularly Leah Edmond, credit for that. Kathy George will figure it out. Got some choices, already shown some depth. That ball sprayed, let it touch out of the middle, and Raven Colvin said, yep, they got a piece of that one.
Atlanta Vibe has stepped up their service pressure, and it's having all sorts of effect on Grand Rapids Rise right now.
20-7. Atlanta looking at the sweep to get on the board after having lost their opening match to Columbus here at home. That surprised a lot of people because Columbus really struggled last year. But Raina Terry was raining down some terror with 27 kills for Columbus, hitting .361 in that. Columbus has made some changes and additions, as a lot of teams have, to their lineup, and much improved. Megan Courtney, Megan Lush had a very nice match in that win, and Ashley Evans back at the setting position from Italy. Good transition set, Briggs Romine. Like Pia Timmer, like Courtney Schwann, Briggs Romine, I just love her as a volleyball player.
54 miles per hour. I love this platform set by Elena Ogilvy to Paige Briggs Romine, finding that corner with some heat.
On the pipe to Snyder, and it is still a very big lead, but you don't want to slow down at all. Atlanta wants to try to finish this off. Got Colvin hitting out of the middle. Leah Edmond off the left side, and ball served out of bounds. Just 4 points away as Atlanta from the sweep. Jackie Moore, 6'1" middle blocker, rookie out of Vanderbilt, coming on as a blocking sub in the middle. Briggs Romine again. Let's give you her numbers. She is, again, one of those really solid volleyball players that every team needs. Pia Timmer, she's 9 of 21. Has a couple of errors, hitting just above 200, but a number of digs and passing really well positive. 61% positive, 42% perfect.
Just bringing it all, and she's in the second step of her approach, and the timing with Shannon Shields on this set is perfect. Allows Leah Edmond to go up and get it and hit hard through that seam with power.
That is a tough matchup for Cameron Turner. For anybody tonight on the side for Grand Rapids, they just have not, they being the Rise, have just not been able to corral Leah Edmond in any fashion. Nice play by Turner, smart play. Two left-handed setters on the floor. Break it out every once in a while.
Cameron Turner played a really important role for Grand Rapids last year. Runs a quick offense, is very good offensively with that left hand. Moves well if she has to run down balls.
Good block deflection that time. Addie Bray is in the middle wearing number 20, the rookie out of Marquette. And a nice smart throw down. Anna Dixon out on the left side.
Anna Dixon's been so impressive. She came on the court early, and she's been able to score from everywhere. We've seen heat, we've seen finesse, we've seen throwdowns.
Well handled. That was a good serve. Bray bringing some heat. Left side once again, Briggs Romine loves the line. Couple of good setters, Sage Torres along with Turner. Anna Dixon, 10 kills on 19 swings, hitting just about 370. That's a difference maker. Because Aiko Jones was really struggling early on in the match, and she did so as well on Thursday night. Good swing over the top of the block. This young woman, Lauren Jardine Clark, when you watch her warm up, you're going, man, if she gets some experience and figures it out, she's going to be an incredible weapon.
Lauren Jardine Clark could be the most physical player in the league. I mean, she gets up, her high contact point, heavy arm, one of those players who can put points on the board.
Atlanta now just 2 points away. Even their record at 1 apiece. Grand Rapids will head home and looking for their first win on the season. They were 11-17 last year on the outside looking in. And same as last year, every team will play every other team 4 times for a total of 28 matches. And then the expansion, 3 more teams coming in next year. Smart shot by Pia Timmer. And now that I'm mentioning the expansion next year, adding Minnesota, Washington, D.C., and Northern California. Lots of set points, Holly McPeak. Comfortable win after 2 very tight deuce sets.
Pia Timmer, just perfect shot right over the block, and some confusion trying to play that up.
Match point. A good deep serve. And that'll do it. Raven Colvin, who was also very solid on the night. We talked about her a lot at the defensive end, and she puts away match point, and Atlanta evens their record at 1-1 in the very early season, 2026 Major League Volleyball campaign. Coverage coming your way on CBS Sports Network. We'll have a special guest for you coming up in just a moment. But Leah Edmond was the story from beginning to end. Just was unstoppable on the Atlanta side. She finishes with 20 kills on 32 swings to go along with 8 digs. No blocks. Come on, Leah, pick it up a little bit, and passed exceptionally well. As a team, Atlanta hit 370. They passed well. The setting was very, very good by Shannon Shields. And on the other side, Grand Rapids was right there for the second match in a row. They were on Friday at Orlando, losing that 3-2 after leading 2-1. And then they lose the opening set 29-27, and then the second set 25-23 before Atlanta cruised to the third 25-14. A very impressive performance. I can't say enough about our player of the match, Leah Edmond. Much more of a leadership role for Leah Edmond. She'll be with us momentarily. They're taking a victory snap. It was a good all-around team effort. And also Britt Rampelberg, not filling the shoes of, but taking the place of Morgan Hentz, who signed as a free agent in the offseason to go to Omaha. But the Belgian libero was really, really good. That was a solid performance. And speaking of solid, yes, Leah, very, very solid indeed. Let's go to Holly McPeak.
First win of the season at home for the Atlanta Vibe. What was the difference?
I think we came in after how we felt on Thursday. We were like, we don't want to feel that again. And we could have played so much better. And we came in wanting to play clean and play Vibe volleyball, which is showing our personalities, which I think we did really well tonight.
Offensive numbers were way better. New setter on the floor. How do you think Shannon Shields did tonight?
She was great. I mean, we have 3 amazing setters, and we worked so hard with them throughout training camp. I trust any one of them out on the court, so I was really excited to see Shannon play so well tonight.
How are you enjoying the young talent that you have on your team in the bench?
It's fun. They call me the old lady, which I'm not shocked by because I am the oldest, but it's so much fun to see their joy for volleyball, especially coming from college, and being able to help them get through this and understand the pro game.
How good can this Atlanta Vibe team be?
It can be very good, and I think tonight was a very obvious reason of how good we can get.
Awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Back to you, Paul.
Thank you, Leah and Holly. A tremendous, tremendous performance all around by the Atlanta Vibe. Good in reception. They started serving tougher, and Leah Edmond led the way, but had lots and lots of support. 29-27 opening set, and again, very, very close. Grand Rapids actually had a set point of their own in the opener. That might have turned the match in Atlanta's direction. and then Grand Rapids came right back, tough in the second, and then all Atlanta in the third, closing it out 25-14. Important for Atlanta, they did not play well, but give Columbus credit, they did not play well on Thursday night in the opener, and Lee Edmond just told you, so important to get on the board.
It's early in the season, right? But you want to start off on the right foot, and to come out and win in front of your home crowd, that was a big one for the Atlanta Vibe.
Busy weekend, Holly. It was fun, and
Really?
a lot more volleyball coming your way. Major League Volleyball circa 2026. For Holly McPeak and our entire crew, I'm Paul Sunderland. This has been a presentation of CBS Sports Network, the 24-hour home of CBS Sports, where the Atlanta Vibe sweep the Grand Rapids Rise. Thanks so much for watching. Have a good Sunday, everybody.